Downton Abbey, the much anticipated film of the fans from Downton Abbey, the series, is opening this week, and we have the pleasure of creating one of the recipes from Downton Abbey cookbook. And the cookbook is written by Annie Gray. And one of the recipes that I found that I thought would be a lot of fun and kind of typifies what they used to eat back in that time period, and specifically in Yorkshire where Downton Abbey takes place, is a gingerbread cake.
Why would you choose gingerbread?
Well, the reason why I chose gingerbread is ginger was really cheap back then, apparently, and one of the readily accessible spices. So in this particular area, they cooked or baked something called parkin. And they used rolled oats instead of flour, but that wasn't good enough for those in the upper class. So they decided to use flour only. And so that's what we're doing, is we are using the recipe that Annie Gray has adapted from Avis Crocrom back in the day. And we'll see if we can replicate it in 2019.
Sounds good.
All right, so combine those dry ingredients. While you do that, I am going to cream some nice light fluffy butter. So Jane is combining the flour, ginger, baking soda, and salt. And once my butter is all creamed up and nice and fluffy, I'm going to go ahead and add the brown sugar, which will also become nice and light and fluffy. And I've never used this much molasses before. It's going to be a 1 1/3 cup of molasses. And oh my goodness, this smells amazing. Now we're going to throw the eggs in there as well. Then we're going to go ahead and Jane's going to pour in a little bit of the flour mixture, and she's going to do it in 3 batches, alternating with the milk. All right, I'm just going to put this into the pan, hopefully. Look at how beautiful that looks. It's so light and fluffy. Here's the other cool thing about this cake, and this is what I read, so I'm going to believe everything that I read, is that it lasts for months.
Wow.
Which is kind of a scary thought, but I think I might test it out. But you know what we're gonna do while it's baking?
What are we doing?
We're gonna have a spot of tea.
Oh, great.
So our gingerbread cake is in the oven to bake for 1 hour and 15 minutes to 1.5 hours, and that recipe is from the Downton Abbey cookbook by Annie Gray, which some lucky winner is going to get thanks to WCIA-TV. So while we're sitting here, let's enjoy a spot of tea in my English garden in the background. And we use loose tea because apparently tea bags are taboo. So there you go. Lesson for the day. And ideally we would have our gingerbread cake to go along with this, but it's not quite done, so we'll just have to enjoy it by itself.
It's been 1 hour and 15 minutes. The timer has gone off. And we're gonna test it to make sure it's all ready. I believe that it is. It smells great and it's perfect. I'm gonna let that baby cool. And as soon as it does, we'll be able to flip it out of there and start cutting it up and then decorating.